Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 on this December the 30th, 2 days from a magic day of the year.
My birthday.
That's exactly right. Gene Smith pipes in that he will turn, what's that number again?
I'll be 83 on my birthday.
No, you won't be 83 on your birthday. You'll be 76.
76, yeah.
76 trombones, and that's probably how many he's repaired over the years.
Yeah, in one day.
7,600 probably and everything. But
early happy birthday.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ron.
There's Ron Wong. He's
You gonna take
here
me out
too.
to eat?
Yes, I will. I'll be glad
There
to.
goes eating again, which I can't do today, and they're all that's all they're talking about.
I think we'll go to the general store. Shelby Forest
General Store.
Sounds good.
Hey, that's a great place
Hey,
to
we're
eat.
cutting into this guy's time right now because he's duck hunting. Of course, he's duck hunting. What else would you think that our good friend, what's his name again? John Gordon. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Larry.
Hey.
Morning, Ron. Morning, Gene.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is a special show that I've wanted to do for a long time, and while I was in Arkansas early in the week for the holidays, I actually did this, and my wife said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm working on a show I want to do. We're just going to have co-hosts. This is co-host day on Outdoors with Larry Ray. As we have Fifth Saturday, of course, Gene would be here anyway.
Yeah.
He would be. And then, of course, Ron will be out there chasing hunters off the water if we were doing that. But we're rolling along, and now we go to John Gordon, our good friend John Gordon, who has been on that fourth slot on the show, and we're going to move John to the second slot in January. I hope he remembers that, but he's going to be with Ron Wong. I hope he can handle that. But when we come back on, but he's usually on the fourth Saturday, and he's our man at Avery. And John, we've already had several plugs, if you want to put that, for the Avery banded. The waders. Bill Cooksey had on a pair of them. I will have on 6 pairs of them next week when I hunt, if I can get into them. But good morning, John. How you doing?
I'm good, Larry. Good. Yeah, it's a cold.
It's a
Saturday
cold
morning.
time.
It is
South,
cold.
I tell you what.
And it's going to be cold next week, but you're going to be breaking ice and stuff like that. But what we've done, John, is kind of tell our folks out there a little bit about your background, where you grew up, where you went to school, how you got to be doing what you're doing now, and talk a little bit about your love of the waterfowl hunting.
Wow. Okay, Larry. Well, I really this is going on my 4th decade as a waterfowl hunter. I started out when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
My uncle and his friends, took me with him, tagging along, and it was something about it. It's hard to explain. I just fell in love with it. And it's really evolved to where it's what I do 365 days a year, as media relations coordinator for Bandit Brands and Avery Outdoors. I'm really thinking about we're working towards this time of year 365 days a year.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's really my passion, and it's just it's something I've really enjoyed over the years. And I spent some time in Texas, growing up too, and got bit by the snow goose hunting bug out there.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be chasing those jokers coming up, in February.
But you were born. Where were you born? What's your?
I was born in Winona, Mississippi.
Okay, born in Winona, Mississippi.
Right,
Where'd you go to high
Part
school?
of the state.
Where'd you go to high school?
High school in Houston. Though I went to Kingwood High.
In Houston.
Big school. Yeah, I was like I said, I got transplanted to Houston when I was around 12.
Your dad?
Job change kind of thing, and we ended up out there. My family did. And,
From Winona, Mississippi? From Winona to Houston? I mean,
it was really more from the Jackson area to Houston.
Okay, all right.
We had moved down there, and then my dad got a job offer, could refuse, and so moved out to Houston, and so that's where from the 7th grade on, that's where I spent it. And I went to a giant high school, really.
Giant?
Yeah, there was 850-something students in my graduating class.
Oh, my gosh, that's bigger than than a lot of high schools. Yeah, so
it is, and I just but I always longed to come back to Mississippi, so I came back and graduated from Mississippi State with my degree in communications.
Hurry up, so, get on through that before Ron's over there, salivating.
Well, Ron and I have a nice friendly rivalry.
Yes, we do. A very spirited rivalry. But,
we do. And then you're an Arkansas guy, so we have some fun with that.
Yeah,
on the show.
yeah, we do. But Mississippi State, and then how did you end up at Avery?
Well, I ended up. I was back in Texas for a while. I went back there. Oh gosh, I guess it was mid-90s, and I moved back to Texas, and was over there with my family there, and that's when I started guiding hunters at that point, things like that, and ended up getting married and having a child, and just decided I wanted to come back to Mississippi area, so we did, and I actually I was a manager there at the Sportsman Warehouse store in South Haven.
Yes, that's where I met you. Yeah, I mean,
right.
Yeah,
that's where I met a guy named Chris Smith, who was working for Avery at the time, and he was about to go into sales for Avery, and so there was an opening where he was doing in customer service, and that was 2007. And so I ended up taking that job, and been there ever since.
Been there ever since, and he does the amazing waterfowl report for Avery and their 1,600 pro staff members, or I don't know how many.
Well, not quite that many. It's around 200, but
200.
We have guys all over the country.
Wow.
Anyway, every flyway and Canada.
Yes.
So it's really a comprehensive report that that we do every single week, and they just came out yesterday on the website and at AveryOutdoors.com. I've got them up there every week.
It's amazing.
It just gives people an idea of what's happening out there with the birds, what they're doing, what they can expect. This is really as cold, I think, as it's been here in the Mid-South.
We're getting it now.
Several years.
Yes.
And we've seen a pretty big influx of ducks and geese. Because if they're not going to come at this point, they're not ever going to come.
Well, so I know you hunted earlier in the week and up near Brownsville. You were up in that area and had some ducks. And you were where were you hunting at?
I was hunting with the guys from Mallard Estates.
Yes.
A young guy named Blake McWilliams just really, put his heart and soul into creating something special. And people don't really think about Brownsville, Tennessee, and being east of Memphis as being a real waterfowl hotspot, but the Hatchie National Wildlife Refuge is right there. So you've got thousands and thousands of ducks that come there and winter every year. And Blake's got the unique opportunity to have land that right there near the refuge. So he's always got a lot of birds, and it's
you had a
first class job.
Yeah, you had an opportunity to go up there and being a guide, and again we're talking to our man John Gordon here, who is one of our co-hosts on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and writes for the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing magazine when we can get it in. But his actually got in this last edition, and sometimes we don't have space, sometimes we do, but pick up the latest issue. It's the December issue. The January should be here anytime. John's written a story about strong waterfowl numbers, which I think is really. And Ron's got into the winter bass and in the South, but I know that your duties keep you busy all the time, but is goose or duck? Which one's your favorite?
Oh man, my favorite duck, I would have to say it's the pintail.
Okay,
I just think they're the most beautiful duck there is. I mean, there's just something you can only describe them as graceful.
They are that, I mean? Yeah.
And beautiful birds, and they tend to be very they wary and not so easy to harvest, and so I really have placed them, at the top of the list. And
the geese, you're the specialty on that, and everybody says, well, you know, you kill a snow goose, they can't be eaten and all these different kind of things. And maybe a goose is too fat and things like that. When I saw the Christmas Carol and that little skinny goose they were going to have.
Yeah.
You know, but and Ron's a cook over there. He knows that if even a snow goose can be eaten, right?
He can cook anything.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah.
I've cooked them. I've cooked them by the hundreds, and I tell you what, the snow goose especially, it's a bad rap.
It does.
It's not being good, and it's just false. You know, I've cooked them 20, 30 different ways, and it's all been good. I really can't tell them, you know, apart from
You can't.
spec. It's supposed to be, you know, so much better, and I don't know. It's just, I think it's just, you know, people have, you know, opinions that are formed, and you know, it just seems to permeate the everybody's thought process, and,
Yeah.
and then it just gets bad rap. And the spoonbill is the same boat. You know, everybody thinks the spoon is just is no good, and it just really, they're eating in the same rice bills as the mallards and pintails and everything else, and it's really hard to differentiate from it.
It
So,
looks like you're killing
you know.
Daffy Duck. That's the only thing about it, you know, when they look at those things and say that. But
Well, yeah.
and
Yeah.
the experienced folks out there, John, you're still booking for January, February. You got some dates open for goose hunting down there.
A couple. I was just, I've got my guys from Georgia that will be coming in February. They usually come for 2 weekends, and you know, I'm kind of limited on what I can do.
Yes.
But I've still got a few dates that are open that I'm trying to book for February.
Just drop
you know,
by. Tell them how they can get in touch with you about that.
Well, they can get in touch with me. You know, just you know, I work there at the Avery office.
That's right.
You know, you can come by there and
Come by and
Avery
see John.
Superstore.
Yes.
It's right there, so you can always come over there and meet with me in person if you want to, and book a hunt. You know,
You can go to lroutdoors.com too. We have information on my website about how to get in touch with John, and it's goose hunting is a thing that's growing, I think, in numbers of hunters. You know, when you get to the snows, you can just about kill them with it. You know, whatever you want to kill them with, and all sorts of. There is no regulations.
True. That's the only thing that is the non-toxic shot regulation is still in play.
Yes,
You have to use, you know, steel or some other non-toxic alternative. But yeah, it's a no plug, no limit kind of shoot. And that's to say, you know, I mean, you know, you're going to have your good hunts and bad, just like everything else. But when it's good,
it's good.
It's really some of the most fun waterfowl hunting that can be done.
And it's thrilling. I mean, yeah, because I don't know how everybody does it. John Gordon, thank you, buddy. Happy New Year to you, and we look forward to working with you and all the good folks at Allen Hughes and all the good folks, Mr. Dogman himself over there at Carrington, and all of them. And they go to the Superstore there. Just take Sam Cooper, get off at the Tillman exit and go down Broad and go down over the couple of railroad tracks and make a left, look for all the pickup trucks. And
I think this is the last day you can register for a free giveaway, too.
Is it today?
Yes.
Yeah, it is today. Yeah, right.
The first is when they do it, right?
Yeah.
That's correct. We're giving away
Ron.
a pair of banded red zone waders.
Gosh, I hope I win
which I
them.
just did to the Christmas winter.
The Christmas
he came
winter.
by and picked them up.
He did. Our good,
He did.
yeah, Bob Airwood,
Exactly.
came by, and you did have a size big enough for him then.
We did.
Okay, well, I'm telling you what, and Cooksey was wearing his. I'm wearing mine. If you don't have those banded waders on that looks like you can wear them, you can just walk into the convenience store wearing those things because they look like pants, and they're just wonderful. So, John, thank you. We'll see you next year, okay?
All right, guys.
Kill a bunch for us, all right?
We'll do it.
All right, John Gordon. All right, let's take a break, come back. Oh, here we go. Dave Gabbard is next, and this is going to be quite a production. Brother Darrell and Brother Darrell.
Yeah, I remember one time we was out Shelby Forest trapping wood ducks. They had the old waders on with the ankles, had a crack in them. Didn't take no time. My feet were full of water.
Cold, too, wasn't it?
Oh, it was cold, yeah.
How did you get your feet full of water?
Because the waders had holes in them.
But the water wasn't inside your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Inside and outside.
oh.
That's what it felt like.
Oh, bless your heart. No wonder you walk with a limp.
Yeah, we trapped about 20 wood ducks that time. Me and Dan Fuca.
What a name. All right, let's take a break. Be right back. Gene Smith's going to have some more stories to tell.
You can find